All right, what's up, everybody? I tried to get it going live on the group, the video going live on the group, but it's not letting me go live on the group this morning. You know, it's just one of those mornings. So we're recording. And hey, what's up? What's up, Deborah? I think that's my mom. It's not saying your last name. Good to see you on the call. I was saying I've been trying to get the call to go live on the group, but it's not letting me go live on the group. So we're going to go ahead and anybody that hops on the call, just leave comments or questions in the comments as you're watching the replay, or you know, reach out, ask if you have any questions. We're going to go over the markets right now. There's a lot of uncertainty in the markets. It's getting closer to the election, and people, investors are really wondering where the best place to put their money is. That's one of the reasons why we have seen the stocks go up, you know, just I think out of like a desperation, which doesn't really seem like a, I would expect personally to see gold to go up more, gold and silver to go up more, you know, during times like this. A lot of times people will will invest in gold and silver as a last ditch effort. And I think that the kind of times that we're in, that, you know, we could possibly see those things rise, that and the US dollar. So I know those things are kind of contradictory, but everything is so it's so hard to determine what's really going on right now. You know, all we can do right now is why I'm starting to go back and look at more technical analysis, because technical analysis is actually showing us what happened, is showing us what is happening, opposed to what we believe could be happening or what we might expect to be happening. But we can look at the charts and we can determine what is actually happening, and then kind of take it from there. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and share screen. We'll take a look. I got too many screens open. Let's take a look. We're on oil right now. After this, we'll go look at the dollar index. But since it's here, we're looking at a possible head and shoulders. So 3 times rejection at a support zone. So we have, here's a little head and shoulders right here. 1, 2, 3 rejections. But I'm looking at this bigger one, a shoulder. So we got 1 rejection, 2 rejections, possibly 3 rejections. If we see this come down and breach this neckline when it's on the top, when the head's sticking out the top, then we have a regular head and shoulders, and this is indicative of a downtrend if it breaches the neckline here. Whereas here's another head and shoulders. You have a shoulder, a head, and this head's upside down. So this is an inverse head and shoulders, and this is the other shoulder. So if we bring this out just so we can show you, so I can show you real quick. See how that works. So this is showing 3 times rejection. Rejection is saying sellers were selling, buyers said no, sellers sold even harder, and they got a sharp reaction, a hard reaction saying no. And the next time it tried to come down, it didn't come down this far. So we got a higher low, which is, you know, a characteristic of a uptrend. This one didn't last that long. We got a strong support up here, but let's take this one off. So an upside down head and shoulders at the bottom of a downtrend is showing that it was rejected 3 times, and you look for it going up. Now, a regular head and shoulders, if we see this complete and breach this area here, I will put a an alert here. So that if I get price to breach this line, then I could look at continued further selling to this zone, to this support. We put this support down here, or the support is here, and we mark it out in cases like this, so we can see what's the probability. Where is it probable? Where's a good probable place, a good probability where this could stop? And so we always look to the left. We can see down here, the price came down, it stopped here. It stopped here, stopped here. It stopped here. So we know that this zone right here turns away price. So if it does breach here, it sets off the alarm and sets across this and completes this reversal pattern, then if I'm going to look to take profits, then I'm going to look to take my profits. So I'm going to look to take half of them somewhere probably in the middle. Of course, this oil is very heavily fundamentally driven, so we need a fundamental catalyst, but that will be evident that it's present whenever, if we see this continue and finish the pattern. So another place that we would look to take profits would be somewhere right here. We've got rejection, rejection. Let's check out the dollar. We had some volatility in the dollar. We are seeing it go down on the dollar index. What the dollar index is, this is and I had this marked out yesterday. It was a descending wedge. You see that as it gets narrower down here and it hits a support. This support down here. This area also turns away price. So when you get a descending channel, it shows that sellers are running out of power because they're struggling more and more to bring the price down. When it hits a wall, in this case a support, it tends to break up, and that's what we saw here. We saw the breach up, but also at the same time, the reason why I put those signals out for gold and to sell and to buy silver and gold, and it was looking at and I wasn't saying, hey, do this, and I'm looking at the USD CHF because I'm looking at this, and now we have here, let's take a closer look. We have rejection. So buyers in the dollar got rejected. Now we're seeing so a double tops. Here's one rejection, engulfing candle. Here's another rejection with this wick. If this candle right here sets on the hour, which it looks like it's a good chance it's going to, then there's a good possibility we'll continue to see this dollar going down. Also, what we have, if I can get this thing out of the way real quick, is bearish divergence. See, so across, if we put this across the candle bodies, up here is saying uptrend across the tops. Down here, we're at an overbought state on the RSI, and it's telling us downtrend across those same. You see how they line up? This peak lines up with this peak. This peak lines up with this peak. So we gather this information, and if you've been through the training course, if you're on this call and you hadn't been through the training course, get through the training course. Course is the psychology and the technical strategy. What's up, Lee? Good morning, man. Make sure if you hadn't gone through the course, then to go through the course. So we're lining up our confluence here on the dollar index. This is pointing down. Right now, it's looking like the probability is higher that the dollar is going to go down from here. we're at a bit of a resistance. You see right here, resistance, resistance, support from top, support. Right here, it stops, resistance. We got wicking action at the top here, resistance. Now we have some volume coming down on this bearish candle. So this is also with the bearish divergence. This is showing us on the RSI. If we look out, it's above the oversold spot on the RSI indicator. If we look across the tops, it's showing a slight uptrend across these tops on the double tops. And if we're looking at the RSI, it's telling us it's down. It's telling us it's going down. So you always want to go off what the RSI indicator is telling you, confirming for you. So what we have is a confluence of indicators telling us that there's a higher probability of this going down than it does going up. Why are we looking at the dollar index? Because we have several trade ideas or opportunities, potential opportunities in gold and silver. And in the US dollar, if the US dollar, like with the USD CHF trade, which we're going to look at in a minute, if this resumes down, then we can expect to see metals go up. We could expect to see S&P go up, NASDAQ go up, those things of that nature. So let's take a look. I'm just always keeping an eye on this. While I'm trading silver and gold or S&P or anything, I'm always keeping an eye on this. And I want to be notified just in case I don't have eyes on or whatever at the time. I'll put an alert right here above this support, because if it comes down here, I want to know there's a good chance the price could turn around right here, or at least give us a good pullback. But let's start from the top. We had Euro GBP. We went over this yesterday on the call. This hit all three take profits. You see how it stopped up here? Let's go over real quick while we got into this again. We had, first off, a channel. Y'all can see the channel. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a confirmed trend. We have these marked out to mark out the highs. Where we want to take our profits is probably going to be around here, because boom, boom, price stops right here. And what happened? It stopped here again. It hit our last target. This is a good example. But let's get into why we got into the trade. We had rejection here with this pin here, here, and then here. So that's like four. That's four contacts, because a confirmed trend. We had engulfing. These 2 red candles are bigger than these, or this red candle was bigger than these. We also got engulfing right here. And I think this is where I got in, or no, we got in actually down here. I think I put the stop loss here after that, but actually I think I had it below this wick. But anyway, so we're on the 1 hour. In any case, actually no, I think we got in this on the 30-minute or something. Yeah, I think we got in on 30-minute or something over here. I'm not completely sure, but anyway, so we got 1 rejection, 2 rejections. We got engulfing, a second engulfing right here. Another engulfing. You see I had this zone here. I was waiting for it to be breached. But we saw these 2 red candles engulf this big gray candle. So this was another entry right here. Across the bottoms, it was showing downtrend right here. If we look at the RSI, See how it lines up with the peaks? This is showing uptrend. So this is confirming a buy, saying that it's losing downward momentum and momentum starting to lift up. Also, we had a support zone, a zone where we saw that price was rejected before. Price came down here and was sharply rejected. It came up here, tested it again right here. It was rejected. If we bring this over here, we're going to see, if I could ever get this mouse to work correctly, that'd be great. I need tech help. I need tech support. Where's tech support? Anyway, so you can see that this is a turnaround zone for a price. So we put all this together and we say that we're getting a rejection at a trend. We're getting rejection at a zone. Boom, rejection, rejection. We get in on the second rejection on the engulfing. And so it hit the first take profit. It came down sharp and then followed through and hit the other two. It also, if you notice, came down really sharp on the other end. Now, the Euro GBP has been, in GBP, it's just been really volatile. They got a lot of stuff going on over there too with the Brexit and everything. So risk to reward was really good, or pretty good. We were at 2.5, almost 2.5, a 2.5 to 1. So it shows we entered right down here. But so that's a good example there. Euro USD is actually looking like, if we could continue to see, and we'll check back in a minute on the dollar index to see if we're going to see continued downside to the dollar, then we could see a turnaround here. It's really important to know and get these trend lines down right, because we're going to use these as indicators. You don't just use these as indicators as part of your indicators when to get out. You use them as indicators when to get in, or when, not just to get in, but when to get out too. So we have a high here. If we're looking at buying this, we're going to look at wanting to take profits before this peak and before the neckline right here where it got rejected right here. If we bring this further across, I can get this mouse to work. We got a head and shoulder sitting on top of it too. So shoulder, rejection, rejection, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder, rejection. So here's a double top where it's supporting it right here. So and here we have rejection here. So if we're looking at, let's see, and actually if we're going to go just off of technical analysis right now, you really want to make sure that your indicators are strong, and you got strong indicators, strong reasons for getting into these scenarios, because the markets right now are just in a state of confusion. No one really knows what to do. Like I said, with their money, we have stuff going on globally in the economies and everything like that. So instead of, and that stuff is subject to change at any time, and a lot of stuff that we're seeing and hearing in fundamentals isn't playing out the way that we would assume it would be. So, but this stuff right here, these are not assumptions. These are actually what's going on. This is the evidence of what's going on the here and now. So I'm going to be relying more on technicals. Here we are. We're in a support. We're below it. I know we're below a trend right now. Let's look. Okay, so I hate messing with Euro USD, to be honest with you. It's the most widely manipulated pair there is, because it's the most popular pair. Market makers are in here shifting the price around to knock out stop losses all the time. And that very well could be what happened here. But in any case, this is, as far as technical analysis goes, we'll go ahead and mark this up, put our parameters in. We're going to put, so we have this bigger trend out here. I'm going to put the stop loss past this trend, and I'm going to put it past this wick. The take profits, I want to put a take profit right before it hits this trend, right? Because there's a good chance it could hit this and turn around from a technical sense. So I'll put a first take profit there. Maybe hug this a little bit tighter. Again, referring to zones where to take profits. So we're looking at this again. Why? Because rejection, 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 rejection. If I want this take profit to be hit, I want to put it on the broad side of this, like throwing it out in the middle of the street. Because if I put this take profit up here, there's a good chance it's not going to hit it, because look at what happened over here. Price stopped right here. It stopped right here. It stopped right here. What happened when it was a support? It became support and it stopped right here. It tried to come back up right here and it stopped right here. If I want a target to be hit, I need to put it on the broad side to give it a better chance. So we'll put one more at the top up here before we get to this last zone, and we will go ahead and put this one in the group at 706. Let me check the dollar index real quick. It looks like we have continued further downside on that. Again, none of this is I don't know what happened. Let me go back. None of this stuff is guaranteed. We're working off of probabilities. There's a higher probability that this is going to go up than it's going to go down. So you're just playing in the numbers. What's up, Shonda? Good to see you on the call. What's up, Richard? What's up, Wendy? Good to see you on the call. It wouldn't let me go live in the group, so we're just winging it. We're recording. We just looked at Euro USD. The dollar index set has a high probability that it's going to go down. We're in a support. We got engulfing on retest on Euro USD. We got divergence. We're at a pretty major trend down here. So we're looking at, again, this is a very like volatile time, of course, to be trading. A lot of people, even professional traders, are just sitting out watching. But you know, it's a good time to get some practice in. So if you're got your demo accounts out, or if you just got money that you want to put on the line, then by all means, this looks like a decent scenario. We were just looking over Euro GBP. We had Euro GBP hit all the take profits. Let's look at the rest and see what we got going on. We got stopped out of GBP CAD. This was from the other day, Euro JPY. I would expect to see this continue to play out. We had a rising wedge. We had head and shoulders, shoulder, head, shoulders at a major trend. So we have indicator and indicators and price action that it was turning around. Breach, rising wedge, into resistance, fall, That one's playing out well. Your cab, we were waiting for this to break this resistance here. It's broke the resistance. It's in the profit. If we see oil come down, we could see this turn around. This is the GBP CAD signal that we had put in. This looks like a market maker move to me, but with the volatility that's happened in GBP, who knows? It hit the stop loss, but it's playing out, obviously. You know, in a way, it sucks. It doesn't suck. Shouldn't have any emotions or opinions or whatever about it. It's just another trade. But you know, there's nothing you could have done about this. If you had your stop loss down here, you would have had a horrible risk to reward ratio. You know, it is what it is. It's playing out despite. On to the next. It's not really one of those ones that I would look at getting back into. GBP, JPY, we had an inverse head and shoulders, bottom of downtrend, shoulder, head, shoulder. It breached the neckline, came close to the first TP. JPY started picking up some strength, excuse me, because of its safe haven status with the risk in the market, pulled it down. GBP's been especially strong, and I'm not really sure exactly why. But here's USD JPY. I'll be looking for a breach here. We got a head and shoulders uptrend, rejection, shoulder, head. When the head's sticking out on top of an uptrend, then it's a 3 times rejection from the top, and so we expect it to come down, or not expect it, but we would look at a higher probability of it going down than it going up if it crosses this line right here, across the neckline. It hasn't yet, but I'll put a alert here, put an alert here. If it does, then we'll set some parameters on it. Here's that GBP, that same funky move right here. Now, this GBP USD, we put this in the signals. I had the stop loss clear down here. I guess we're looking at going longer, so I don't know. I thought I actually had put it closer up here. Actually, I could have put that channel on there before. I don't know, but we had the inverse head and shoulders, shoulder, head, shoulder, neckline right here. It hit the first take profit. It's come down. It's looking like it might reverse or continue on the path. Keep an eye on it. Never going to try to trade anything that looks like this. I see spiky stuff like that. That's just saying I'm going to stop you out. It's too random. Not seeing any retests. You're seeing sharp up, sharp down. That means this just went. Shoot over 100 pips down, 100 pips up, or 150 pips down, 150 pips up, 150 pips up. Boom, boom, boom. It's crazy. Not giving any retest. This is not something I could get into because it's against the trading plan. I need a retest. I need a rejection or retest, engulfing scenarios like this, sharp spikes. This is like a roller coaster ride. It's not really giving indications that for me, preferably that I would like to get in. Here's a trade that we dropped yesterday, USD CHF. I actually added a higher position up here when it gave it to me. I added a couple positions up here. It's coming back down to the first take profit. Actually added them up here. we'll see how that plays out if that continues to play out. Good morning, Shonda. Again, good to see you on the call. This is one of those trades that's just been sitting forever. I don't doubt anybody's still sitting in this. It never played out what we were expecting to see. Expecting to see what we were seeing as an opportunity. It didn't play out, but I am seeing a channel. Yeah, this is sticking out here. If we see a retest, let's look on the 1 hour. If we see a, well, actually, you could almost get in this right now, I think. Let's see. Let's see if we can get all our indicators across this. We have uptrend. We know it's at a trend, so that's showing us one indication that it's at a high. Another indication that's showing us it's at a high is that it's above this, or it's at this dotted line down here on the RSI. It's also pointing down across these tops. We're up here, it's pointing up. That's what we call divergence. So this is showing there's a shift in momentum. We have rejection engulfing these grays, engulf these reds. We have another case. We have strong bull candle, and then boom, big bearish candle. I wouldn't doubt if this came back up here and gave another retest to this high. Something that's in a scenario like this, what I might do, look, we can see that it's at a high right here. So it's all about determining, is it at a high? Is it at a high? Is it at a place? Is it at a place where other traders, because this is what we're banking on, you're wanting to see what other people are classifying as a high too. Is there enough evidence here for us to say that this is at a high and that we can see it in price action that this is turning around, and the case is starting to look pretty good. In a scenario like this, then we could look at maybe entering partial, a partial amount of leverage and count on it, or not count on, but allowing the possibility of this going up, giving us a retest. Gold and silver is taking off. Our USD CHF, I think it just hit the take profit. Allow the possibility there's a chance this could come up and retest and give us another engulfing. If it comes up, retest, give you another engulfing, then you can enter another position. To take profits, we're looking at zones again. You can see price rested here, was rejected here. It was also what main part what I'm looking at here is rejected, 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 rejected as a resistance. Now price is on top. There's a good chance that if price comes down here again, what could happen? It could get rejected. So I don't want to put my take profit down here, because this is like a brick wall. This is like a wall right here. So if you want your take profits to be hit, you got to put them on the other side of this stuff. First place that's likely is likely to turn around is going to be here at the nose. Boom. You can even put one right here. I don't know how many pips that is. I hate to put them too close together, but yeah, it's too close together. That's only 10 pips difference. 10 pips, 10 pips, 20 pips. Rejection, 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 rejection. This is another zone I'm gonna look to take, you know, at least I would look to take the majority of profits before this zone, also before the middle of this. So let's see. I hate to put this stuff in the I hate to put this in the group without explaining fully what's going on, but again, with the signals and everything, these are ideas, potential opportunities. It doesn't mean that they're you know, guaranteed by any means, especially during times that we're going through right now. But you know, rather than look at this as an opportunity to make money, even though it's good to make profits off of these when we can, but to look at it as you know, an instrument for learning, like why these lines, why this trend, why this channel, why the take profits here. This is a previous trade that we were looking at that we had put in. We had a double bottom, breach the neckline, come down, retest. If we continue to see the dollar weaken, then I don't see why we wouldn't see this play off. This is actually a longer term trade. You see how far away this we see how far away these take profits are. You could easily add another take profit here. That's like 36 pips right there. Now, if you're going to play this scenario right here, then to make your risk to reward better, then you can put your stop loss right here. A longer term trade is going to be on a larger time frame. What makes a longer term trade is the amount of time that you stay in it. If you get into a scalping situation and you're using a trailing stop, a scalping situation could even turn into a longer term trade if you're using a trailing stop and you continue to see the price go down. A scalping trade could easily turn into a swing trade. You don't ever know if you're using a trailing stop. I saw this happening and we didn't put parameters in on this, and we should have. Same scenario as we saw with Euro JPY. It hit this resistance, rise and wedge, boom, fell out the bottom. I should have put parameters on this. Still, when you see this, when you have shoulder, you have an uptrend, you have shoulder, so one rejection, head, second rejection, another shoulder, third rejection. You have this neckline right here. You have it breached, it come up, rising wedge, hit the resistance, and again, it fell out. NZD CAD. Now this is what I'm not sure of. If I put this take profit in before, did it hit here or after? So I'm not sure. I wouldn't get into this right now because it looks like it's forming an Adam and Eve. I will wait for engulfing to come back down, if anything. This one, ICAD, I don't think I like that one anymore. It's been up there forever. Let's look down at, we went over this one at the beginning of the call. NASDAQ, SPX. We got a gold and silver trade in. Now I put the signals in on my tablet. These are in the profit going up. Again, this take profit right here. This is far. This is really far. I don't know what I was thinking. That one's out of there. We're looking to stay inside this channel, or I'd be looking to stay inside this channel right here. I wouldn't want to put any take profits up there. Because from our entry down here to this, that's a long ways. If you got into this scenario and you ran multiple positions, you could actually take a position right now, because look, we're at a resistance point. This would be a good point in time where you could take a position, move your stop loss to break even, and let whatever happen, or at least reduce your risk a little bit. So those are looking good. USD CHF. Does anybody have any questions or anything that they want to, or any charts, anything that they're looking at?
Hey, Jacob, can you hear me?
Yes.
It's Shonda. I finally figured out how to chat with you through Zoom.
No, you're good.
So what about Moderna?
Moderna actually hit our first target. If you're running that on Moderna, where is it? If you're running that on, if you just bought shares or whatever, where is that sucker? Here we go. It hit our first target. We had inverse head and shoulders. It breached the neckline, came down, retest the neckline, come up. These patterns happen everywhere. It's not just Forex. You see them in stocks, and that's why this strategy is effective. This is why I like it, because you can use it on anything. Now, if you enter down here, I think we called it down here something, right?
Yeah.
It depends. It depends. You know, if you want to withdraw some of your profits, when you get to a point, or me personally, I get to a point to where I've made my money back on my investment, then, or I've doubled up, then I will take out half of it, and then I'm in a risk-free scenario. Okay. Or you can take a little bit as it goes. This still has a lot of potential for it to go up. We're looking at this high up here. Yes. Thanks for reminding me, Mom. My mom's on the call. PMI numbers are coming out. But yeah, Shonda, I would. Yeah, J&J, Johnson & Johnson, they had some malfunctioning in their, I say malfunctioning, they got people sick on their vaccine, I guess, so that's not good. So, what was I about to do? Forex Factory, where is it? We have the this is about to come out like right now. Thanks for pointing that out, Mom. We are in profit on silver. I'm going to go ahead and trail my stop. We're in profit on USDCHF. If this information comes out bad, came out pretty good. I don't know if market's going to respond too much to this information, considering the kind of situation that we're in. So it's a so it came out better than previous, and it came out better than forecasted. Let's look at the dollar index. See what's happening. If we're getting a reaction here. If y'all are in the gold or silver and running multiple positions, or this USDCHF, and so did Eli Lilly's. They had the same problem that Johnson & Johnson had. Just securing some profits, but not really seeing but the dollar's really dropped. Let's look at SPX. These are not really responding, but we're seeing gold. We're seeing gold and silver. What's up, Paul? Good morning, man.
Good morning.
We're seeing gold and silver react. USDCHF react. We're just looking at the dollar index. We just had PMI. I think it was a manufacturing PMI come out good, but I don't think that's very much going to change the direction for what's happening with the dollar too much, because the overall situation that we're in it's going to take a lot more than that, I think, to have enough of effect to turn this around. Because this is falling. Whatever's happening now, I'm seeing increase in silver and in gold. We just covered a lot of stuff on here, but I am recording it. I'm recording this, so we will get it posted as soon as. How's everything going, Paul? Does anyone have any questions or anything they want to go over or look over while we're on here?
I wasn't happy with gold yesterday, that's for sure.
Oh, really? It gave that sharp spike down.
Yeah, I was in it for that.
I got in after this. But hey, I was in silver when that happened.
Yeah.
See it right here. See how close? They're returning up now. It's at a bit of a resistance here. But yeah, looks like the dollar's. It's just really volatile, man. But I was just telling everyone earlier, Paul, looking at a lot of the fundamental stuff isn't making any sense. It's, people are acting erratically according to those types of information. So looking at technical analysis, like there, you don't got to assume what's happening here. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta look at this and be like, I wonder if the dollar's going to go down. We build our confluence, all our indicators. We were looking at this earlier on the call. We were looking at the possibility of the dollar continuing to go down last night so that we could look at the possibility or probability of our USD CHF playing out, our silver playing out, so start to build up the evidence of what's actually happening instead of making assumptions. And so this morning we began to see this drop and continue to drop. So there's no doubt that once you build up your confluence in the technicals, it seems like technicals have been playing out more than my ideas or assumptions of what may happen or how people may react to what's going on in the news. It's hard to trust what's going on in the news. God knows where these people are getting information from and what they're trying to do with the information, that they're trying to mislead people. Who's really involved? Are they in cahoots with the market makers releasing information, this bogus information? Who knows, but I'm not really seeing any market manipulation. I am seeing a lot of things play out just like we saw. Good example, SPX, reverse head and shoulders. No one could make sense of why this continued up. But from a technical sense, I knew when it breached the neckline here that it was on. And it did well. It went up. Same here with the NASDAQ. We've had several others happen like that we really weren't expecting, like with this GBP USD, when we had an inverse head and shoulders. Who would have thought? But it came up and hit the take profit. Here's one that we looked over earlier. We placed this last night. This could be market manipulation. I didn't see anything in the news that would cause this. Hit the stop loss, came back through, hit the take profits. There's no way that you could have avoided this. Looking for USD JPY to cross this line and breach this line right here. If it does, then stop loss above the right shoulder. I'm putting that take profit there because this inverse head and shoulders over here, stop, rejection. This wick right here, stopped. It's about to hit my alert. Also, we were looking at Euro USD. It's already almost at the first take profit. I should have hopped in on this on the call. It's kind of high right now, but we went over this earlier. This had set. It looks like it's about to hit first take profit. USD CHF hit first take profit. So looks like we could have us an active day. What is today? Is today Wednesday? I think today's Wednesday. Looks like we could have, if we continue to see the dollar go down, I'm just gonna be keeping an eye on this. We got some support right here. But Awesome, Shonda. Glad to hear that for sure. Hey, everybody that's on the call, we're going to, Shonda I had an idea, and I was thinking about this before too, and she had brought it up to me yesterday that, you know, this trading psychology and stuff is extremely important as it is. We're thinking about doing a, or she was wanting to do, and I had already thought about this too, so we could all do this together. Whoever wants to get involved, there's our USD JPY. Whoever will want to get involved, like in a book club for trading psychology, and we can go over and review and what do you call that, so that it soaks into your head better. And for people that aren't able to, for one way or another, they don't want to read or whatever, can tune in and catch the nuggets, so to speak, on that stuff. This is looking good, so but we'll keep y'all updated on that for sure. This is looking pretty good. It's falling, but we'll keep y'all updated on that. We rearranged the information in the courses to put the trading psychology and everything first. We debated on whether or not to do that from the get-go, but it's definitely something that needs to be first. It's not something that everyone wants to get into. When you first start trading, everyone wants to get in and start making profits right away and everything. But the main reason why people fail isn't because they don't get this stuff right. It's because they don't get this stuff right. And and they don't get the control. They don't get the control right, the discipline right. You can be the best, and I'm speaking from experience. You can have your technical analysis game on point, you know, to a great degree. But if you don't have your mind game right, and you don't perceive this stuff right, and you don't know what gives you an edge, and how to play this, you know, then it's going to play you, plain and simple. What's up, Jackie? Yeah, awesome, Sean. I'm about there too myself. I missed a couple from getting on here, but hopefully y'all got onto some of these. It looks like this USD JPY may be a good scenario to get into. Gold and silver going up. Our USD CHF's hitting the take profit. I think our Euro USD that we just saw on the call is it's about to hit the take profit. Anybody that got into this as we were on the call, I would, you know, move my stop loss to break even. If you're running multiple positions, you could take a position and you know, move stop loss to break even and let the rest ride out. But I couldn't get the call to go live, so it is recorded. But I'm going to go ahead and drop it in the mentorship for those of you on the call that missed the beginning. Could go over that stuff. If y'all have any questions or anything, let's go over them. If not, then just message me or whatever, and then we will take it from there. You guys, y'all got anything else that y'all want to check out or look at? All right, we'll go ahead and call it a call then for today, you guys. I think we're gonna hop on tomorrow, but it's gonna be an evening session. If those of you who want to jump on, I think it's gonna be 7 p.m. tomorrow. Check the schedule. There's our alert on the dollar. It's hitting a support. We'll see what happens there. Everyone keep your eyes out on the dollar. We're in the profit on our trades, so if you're about to go to work, trail your stop, you know, protect some profits. Don't leave money sitting on the table. If you get stopped out, if you put a stop loss down here and you're like, well, crap, it took half my money and it stopped me out, but it ended up playing out. You can't look at it like that. You walked away with money. And if you make that a habit, you'll continuously walk away with money, and it'll only be a matter of time before that stuff starts compounding. Just by developing the habit. But anyways, guys, we'll go ahead and get off of here for now. Y'all holler if you have any questions. Hope y'all have a good day, and we will holler at y'all later. Yeah, that EG took off. But look at what happened. It hit all three take profits, Jackie, then it turned right back around. So extremely volatile market conditions, you guys. Be safe trading. If anything, use lower leverage, use demo accounts. The election will be here after the election, and hopefully we see things start to be more consistent or whatever. But nonetheless, things are still playing out pretty well according to price action. So we're gonna be going off of that more here lately, in the short term. Yeah, actually, I mean the course is a technical, primarily a technical strategy, anyways. Gold and silver are really taking off. I guess it just goes to show the uncertainty in the market. People are backing off the dollar and putting it in. And that's what my suspicions were. No one knows what to do with their investments. So as a last ditch effort, they'll turn to gold or silver metals and things. But anyways, you guys, we will holler at y'all later. Good to see y'all on the call. Hope y'all have a good one, and we will see you later.